good, y'all? This is Dez back with another video, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you read by the title. In this video, pretty much I'm gonna be stating my opinion on the basketball career of Lenny Cooke. So like I said, if you're interested, definitely keep watching. I mean, if some of y'all don't know who Lenny Cooke is, pretty much he was I think it was in 2002, he was the #1 rated basketball player, you know what I'm saying, in the nation. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like I said, they had rated him better than Lebron, Carmelo Anthony, and I forgot who else it was. It was somebody else, I just can't think of it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? If I forget your name like that, I apologize. But yeah, like I said, so now with that, like I discovered who he was. I think his documentary Lenny Cooke. I think it came on. It was on ESPN Classics. I think it was back in 2000. When did I first discover it? It was 2015. Like I said, it was on ESPN Classics. You feel me? So I remember watching it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, so that used to be my channel before they discontinued it. You know, so I'm mad about that. But like I said, that used to be my. You know what I'm saying? So they used to play like all kind of old school like documentaries, sports documentaries. Like I said, I love those. So of course they say Lenny Cooke over there. So I really like the information about it. I was like, he was a basketball player. I said, let me check this out. So like I said, when I clicked on it, you know what I'm saying, when I watched it, I was like, dang. So instantly, I had to look him up. I was like, wait, let me look him up. I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, so that's when they said, of course, he was undrafted or whatever. Which I think when I first seen it, I think I saw like I think it was the last part where I think when it was after he had got drafted. After he was undrafted, I think he was just living, you know what I'm saying, in Virginia or whatever. But he was long past his playing days or whatever. So I was like, oh, so I had to look him up. Then when I looked him up, it was like, yeah, he was undrafted. I'm like, how? Cause you know, he was the #1 player in the nation and whatever. But so I was just like, man. So of course, you know what I'm saying, I think when it came on again, I think it was a week later. So when it came on again, that's why I was like, that's why I understood. I was just like, in the documentary, it was just saying like, yeah, he was the #1 player or whatever. And pretty much like I said, he said in the documentary, he said had he went to college, he wouldn't have went to St. John's or whatever. But at that time, it was like 2002. He had like people like kids like they were skipping college, like they going straight to the NBA. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, if you the #1 player, you know what I'm saying, in the nation, and all eyes are on you, it's like, yeah, to me that's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? But so then, like I said, that's what I seen him. But I was like, but damn, like how did he get undrafted? But then, as they say, like in the documentary, like, okay, he went to the camp or whatever. I think at first he played against Carmelo Anthony or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, Melo, I'm sorry, hey, that boy used to kill you, but he used to kill you on that court, you know what I'm saying? But same time, hey, he did give you your credit though, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, hey, he said, although like I used to bust his ass on the court, but he was like, hey, he a good player, you feel me? So then that's what they showed the scene where him and LeBron were there. That was before LeBron became the chosen one, you know what I'm saying? Which I didn't know. I'm thinking like that was during LeBron when they were saying he was the chosen one. But pretty much after that matchup with cause I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, of course, you know what I'm saying, Lenny Cooke was doing his thing and then LeBron was doing his thing, you feel me? But then see that last shot? Cause that's what they said, that's where his career like really, that's when he never recovered from that shot over there, which I'm like, okay, yeah, LeBron made a buzzer beater, but the one mistake I seen, I'm like, Lenny Cooke, I don't give a damn who's shooting the ball, but don't just cause it seemed like on the play he was just running in front of LeBron, and of course LeBron pulled up and made it. But I'm like, bro, like I don't give a damn who's shooting it. I don't care if somebody that's trash, like, you know, dang, ain't no man here they gonna make the shot, like. But I'm putting that hand up, like, like I'm sorry, like I rather live with, he made the shot, but I was like all in his grill, you know what I'm saying? Hey, better offense, you feel me? Like no, it ain't no luck, no none of that. It's like nah, it was just better offense, you feel me? But hey, as long as I know, I played good defense on him, yeah, like, but as I seen on the play, he was running, and then of course LeBron pulled up on him, like I said, Lenny Cooke ain't put their hand up, well, hey, that's. To me, that's a guarantee it's going in, you feel me? So even after that, you know what I'm saying? But let's say I think they knocked him down from like 1 to like 3 in the nation or whatever. That's crazy about it. That's when LeBron, that's when all like everything was coming out about LeBron. Like he the chosen one and everything. So I was like, damn. Like Bond made a whole come up off of you. You feel me? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like, if even the guy said on the documentary, he was like, okay, it makes sense. It don't matter who, like, if you get LeBron or you get Lenny Cooke, like you won't go wrong with either one of them. Like I say, Bo can ball. Like, dude can ball. So I seen, like, say, the little clips that I seen. I'm like, yeah, he a baller. Like, of course, then I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you was taller than everybody that you played against on the films or whatever, except for Melo. But I was just like, I ain't taking nothing away from you. You know what I'm saying? But if you taller, it's like, boy, you better ball. I'm just saying. But so that's when they was saying, like, yeah. And then, yeah, I think that's when they said on the documentary, they was like, he was really ineligible for his senior year or whatever, which I'm like, because I ain't know he was, like, older. So I'm like, well, shit, if he was older, that's why. I mean, that's why he probably was so much better, because he was older. But, I mean, so I think, because I think it showed, like, he had lived with, it was a lady he lived with, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. When he lived with her, like, he was on the right path, because at the beginning of the documentary, yeah, he was showing, like, him and his friends was watching the 2001 NBA draft. So, of course, he seen when Carmen Brown, that's why. So, but of course, Jordan was in charge. So, I mean, of course. So he watched when Carmen Brown, you know what I'm saying, he went #1 to the Wizards or whatever. So yeah, I think that's what they were saying. Like, yeah, he kept saying, like, okay, I got less than a year to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Hey, seeing that, and then I think it was Kwame Brown, and then I forgot who went second. No, Tyson Chandler went second, and I forgot who went third. But then Eddie Curry went fourth. But this is the thing, like, 3 of the top 4 picks were high schoolers. So it's like, I mean, but it's that's. Damn, Jordan, why you had to pick Kwame Brown? But anyway, so pretty much after that, you know, he basically, I think he said he went to Michigan or whatever, because that's the thing, because I was trying to figure out, like, okay, why you left? Because I didn't understand why he had to leave, you know, so the lady he was staying with or whatever, because it seemed like when you staying with her, yeah, you was on the right path. Like, I mean, of course, you know, say everybody got their flaws, they do their little stuff or whatever, but while you living with her, it's like, well, you was on the right path, like. But like you say in the documentary, you say, yeah, see, we got like people in your ears, like, you know, and of course, you know, so you getting all this buzz around you, so it's like, hey. So of course, you know, so they was telling him, like, you know what I'm saying, I think it was an agent he was signing with or whatever, like, he told him to go to Michigan and finish his education or whatever, and then, cause I remember he said, like, in the interview, like, he was saying, like, you see yourself why he was undrafted, because he ain't played ball his senior year or whatever, but I'm like, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, it was like, but he said you was playing in, like, you know what I'm saying, little, I think it was Reebok leagues or something like that. It's like little small, like, semi-pro leagues or whatever. So I'm like, I mean, as long as you playing competitive ball anywhere, it's like, bro, that shouldn't determine, like, you know what I'm saying, if you drafted or undrafted, but like you say, even he said, then of course he signed with the agent, then the agent offered him $350,000, you know, up front, and he's like, he said that's more money he ever seen in his life. So I was like, that's how they get you though. That's how the agents get you, and then of course, you know what I'm saying, once everything don't work out, oh yeah, they either gonna drop you, or they gonna, you know what I'm saying, put some kind of they gonna put something on you to where they gonna be like, oh yeah, you owe me this, It's like, no, but So when he signed with the agent, of course the agent was telling him, like, I think he said he had, like, I forgot how many teams he said, but he was just like a whole bunch of teams was, you know what I'm saying, lining up to get his services or whatever. So I'm like, man, cause me being a former basketball player, like, I already know, like, they tell you this, it's like, man, they just telling you that shit. So cause they looking at the money. They ain't looking at you as a player. They looking at the money, like, cause they get you that big contract. Of course, you know, they getting a percentage. So he was like, I mean, of course, like I said, he gave him the $350,000, so it was like it was a no-brainer. But then that's when they showed, I think when he announced that he was entering the draft, and then that was a sad moment, boy. They showed the whole draft to where he ain't get drafted at all. I was like, man, because the crazy part, he was, I think he was at a party or he was somewhere at a secret location, but then afterwards they was gonna go to a draft party. You feel me? But when you don't get drafted, it's just like, bro, like, what's the meaning? Like, what's the meaning of the party? You feel me? So he played with the Celtics and he played with the, like, Seattle or whatever. So I was like, They were the Celtics. I'm like, at that time, I'm like, hell yeah, they could have used you. You know what I'm saying? Cause they had Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker back then, but same time, hey, you got a Lenny Cooke. I think did they have Joe Johnson? I can't recall. But still, it's just like, bro, like you couldn't go on if you added Lenny Cooke. But you know, that's when they showed, you know what I'm saying, he was past his playing days, whatever. So I seen that part. I was like, damn. So I was like, bro, you went from #1 player in the nation to that. Oh, that's something. Even like in the documentary, it didn't really show like how he did that. It was just like how he went from that to that. It was just, you know, of course they skipped all the way to, I think he was playing, and then they skipped all the way to, I think around the time they was feeling like they was finishing up the documentary or whatever. So I was like, man, so